Hey everybody, welcome back. We are going to be talking about the Ninja 9 and setting yourself up for success with a very powerful daily and weekly routine as directed by the experts at Ninja.
Totally, and I am about to pull up the Ninja 9 so we can show it on the screen, but my computer crashed inadvertently. Okay, ready to go, Jordan. So let's talk really quick about the Ninja 9. Ninja 9 is the 9 habits for success in giving the business. So here's the deal. Number one, we're just going to go through I'll just shout them out really quickly here, and then we'll go through them individually. I'll zoom in a little bit here. But we have number 1, daily gratitudes. Number 2, show up. Number 3, write 2 personal notes. Number 4, focus on my hot list daily. Number 5, focus on my warm list daily. Number 6, focus on my customer service calls weekly. Number 7, schedule 2 real estate reviews this week. 8, schedule 50 live contacts this week. And number 9, review my database for property matches weekly and with my newsletter monthly. So that's the Ninja 9, and the reason we're talking about this today is because we know most realtors need a plan. They need a plan to say, you know what am I doing today that's actually going to move the needle? And one of the things I've heard some people say is it's like, I've talked to everybody in my database and they're not making a move right now. And it's like, well, the numbers are still 1 in 10 or 1 in whatever it is this year, people are going to make a move. Remember, sales are only down like 14% year over year. They're not down 100%. And the other thing is that it's not necessarily like Chloe mentioned in the first segment there. It's not who you're talking to, it's the people that they know as well. And that's why you want to keep in touch with these people. So the most important thing that you can be doing in your business is consistent activity. And I know that if the market slows, you can lose that motivation, lose that desire, but it is ever more important to go ahead and do this. So Kirsten, why don't you kick us off with the first one and just talk about the power of gratitudes.
Sure, so you will have all noticed that consistently for many years now we start our morning meetings talking about a gratitude. And the power of a gratitude, and I love how you mentioned if you focus on everything that's brown, that everything is going to be brown. Starting off with a daily gratitude puts you in the right frame of mind to say, I'm going to start my day being thankful for something and being very positive in my mindset. And by doing that, you're not focusing on all of the brown or all of the bad or the lack of in your life. You're focusing on abundance, which is a very big Ninja term. And if you focus on abundance and the things that you have and the things that you're grateful for, typically those are the things in your life that will continue to grow. So when you wake up in the morning, if it's something you say in your mind or you say out loud or you write down somewhere, just make sure you're starting off with an attitude of gratitude.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to add to that just from the standpoint that totally lost my train of thought.
That's okay. You can go on to number 2.
I got it really quickly.
That's okay.
I am not on an emotional. I'm gonna say the word airy fairy, but I don't mean it that way. I'm not that guy that's just like the universe will bring me good things and stuff like that. I'm like, I need to be in the right mindset. I need to be in the right mindset for this. I need to be positive, and I need to go through, and I need to look at the world through that lens because there is so much, and I know that I just frankly feel better when I'm come from an attitude of gratitude.
Especially in this market, it's easy to wake up and not know where to start and not know what to do and just get in that negative pattern. My husband and I started doing this a couple of years ago. We'd start our day just saying something nice to each other.
Yeah.
And it really turned things around for us. And it's just a really nice way to just start your day, right? Just start off in that positive mindset.
That's really nice. Yeah, we should try it. What would we say?
Don't shit all over your friends. That's what we would say.
That's our new thing right now.
Don't shit all over me.
Wow.
Here's what you should do. It is absolutely great. Chloe, why don't you talk about showing up?
Show up. Okay, stop opening your emails like the moment you wake up. I love that, I have to say. So when my daughter was born 2 years ago, I had to really make a change in my life because probably like a lot of you guys, real estate starts the moment you wake up and it stops the moment you go to sleep. And it doesn't actually stop when you go to sleep. It keeps going. But I found, just giving myself that hour to get out of the whirlwind. If you guys, I don't know if you guys talk about the 4 Disciplines of Execution at all ever?
Yeah.
We haven't much. We
Okay,
have a little
so
bit.
anyways, it's a book. Getting out of that whirlwind and giving yourself that good start to the day and getting any of that, the big pressing items off your to-do list early before you get into the crazy of the day. Show up. Yeah, I love that.
And
It's important.
if you were to just look at, excuse me, if you were to just look at time management, there's only
Yeah.
one time management principle you need, and that is time blocking.
Yeah.
Like that is it. It's just like you put in this block of time after you get your kids out the door, get them ready to rock, whatever it happens to be, but still in the morning, because you can't hold back the whirlwind like Chloe was talking about in the afternoon. So in the morning, you take that hour, hour and a half, whatever you're doing, 2 hours, and that is where you work on your business. That is where you're doing your Ninja 9, you're doing your business generation, you're doing the most important activities, because the rest of the day you can go for crap, and you know that you will have finished the most important items in your business. And that is it. Anything you want to get done, you just put a time block in, and that's what you focus on.
Yeah, nice. Next one is 2 personal notes. So we have, if anybody needs note cards, relatively affordable note cards compared to buying them yourselves. We have really nice note cards in all of our storage rooms in our offices, and you can order them, and the receptionist will put them aside. If you are in one of our non-Calgary offices, we will send them to you if you order them. And the reason that we started creating these note cards is because of the importance of writing 2 personal notes every single day. So the nice thing about personal notes is, one, it's a great way to just keep in touch with people in general, and most people every day when we get our mail, it's like the worst. It's 90% flyers.
Totally.
It's
Yeah.
spam from your cable company, right? Like if you see a person, like if we see a note,
Oh,
in a,
it just
it's
lights
like,
you up.
It's crazy
Yeah.
how much you love receiving a note card, and
Totally.
it matters so much. We show each other it. It's just lovely, and it doesn't have to be about anything specific. I mean, if you want it to be, holiday or birthday, anything related, that can be one of them. But the other thing can just be, hey, I was thinking about you this week. Know your kids went back to school. You're probably pretty busy right now. Hope everything's going well. Just wanted to say hi. Short, sweet. I know that some people have. I've had some phone calls with people being like, well, I just don't know what to put in a note card. And some people feel like they need to write a letter, right? Like a full-on letter, and then it makes you not want to do this. Some of the note cards that I've received in the past from past ninjas, current practicing ninjas, are literally a name, 2 sentences. That's it. Just something kind, acknowledging something that I maybe did or said. Facebook is a really good place to get ideas. If you're on Facebook, you can see that somebody maybe just had a baby or got engaged or their mom passed away. Just something, thinking of you during this time period, note cards out.
Yep.
And do 2 a day. And that adds up pretty quick.
3 messages, thinking of you, congratulations, and thank you. And those 2. But you can also do birthdays and stuff like that. But if you do think of those 3, then it becomes a lot easier. And again, I always look at Facebook as a way for commenting on Facebook. And it's like people, when they post up a post, they want nothing more in the entire world than people to engage and comment. So
True.
give them what they want. And when you write a personal note to somebody, you know it's going to light them up. This person will, if they like you, 7 out of 10 right now, you send them a personal handwritten note, it goes to 9.5 out of 10 instantly.
Totally.
Like it's so powerful.
Okay, let's move on to number 4. Chloe, why don't you take this one, focusing on your hot list daily?
This one comes pretty natural, I think, for most people, because these are the people that want to buy a house or sell a house in the very, very near future that you can do a deal with right away. So for most people, this is like what happens before you show up. This is, you wake up and want to talk to them immediately, because this is how we pay our mortgages.
Yes.
But yeah, you do, in the time blocking space that you do want to spend some time with your hot list, obviously.
Yeah, good. Okay, Lindsey, focusing
ahead.
on your warm list daily.
Yeah, no, and so speaking to that, this is the foundation of everything, the warm list and the hot list. It really is, because you need to have a very, very full warm list. And Jordan, if you could just go to my screen for a second here. So online in the business tracking forms under professional development documents, we have this business tracking grid, and I'm zoomed in here a lot so you guys can see it online. But we have 5 different buckets here, and we have, 4 different buckets. But we have our warm list first of all, and then what happens is that you take someone whose name's on the warm list, and we'll talk about that in a second. Then they move over to the hot list. Then they move to under contract, and then they have the closed files. And we've talked about this before. from the standpoint that you can actually predict your future income by moving that forward.
Does that go right to left?
Yeah, so you start on the right and then you move more to the left. So there's different versions of it that go either way. So, yeah.
Interesting.
So here's what you want to think about is, well, who would be on the warm list? Well, the warm list are anybody who might be having a change in their life. So this is somebody who maybe they had a baby, maybe they are pregnant, or they just got married, or they're thinking of getting married, or they're getting divorced, or they are downsizing or upsizing, their kids just moved out.
I read a blog article that said that more people are moving because they got a dog than because they got a baby.
They got a dog.
Like people will cram their
I did
life
that.
to have a baby in their house more so than they
Totally.
would rather their baby be crowded than their dog be crowded. You did that too?
I did that.
Yeah.
We did that too. We got a house because we got a dog.
Yeah.
But just as something that you probably don't think of being a point of change. That's
Silly, but
So here's the deal. So when you go through your database and you
Expensive
think
dog.
about it, and literally you think about every person in their life, you're on Facebook, you mark down on your warm list who may be having a lifestyle change. When you're talking to people, who has a lifestyle change, and then those are the people you're going to want to make sure you keep in touch with on a regular basis, because they might not know it yet,
Yeah.
but you know that there are a higher probability that they're going to need a real estate or be having a real estate transaction coming up.
and you can
Nice.
listen for these cues when you're doing your real estate reviews. So when you're sitting down with people every year, you get to hear all about what's going on in their life, and
Once you talk about it, and then we'll jump back to customer service
Okay.
calls, but talk about the real estate reviews.
which is number 7.
okay, jump into number 7, real estate reviews. This is basically you sitting down with your database and your A and B people probably that are in your database, and just going through and being a good human being that they can connect with about their real estate needs. So what I would do at these is I would update them on what their value of their property is now. That's not the easiest conversation in this market because obviously we've had some decreasing values. But at the same time, it does build trust because you are going to be their person that they're going to want to talk to when they want to know anything to do with real estate. But in those conversations, you often hear things that might make you want to put people on the warm list, or that you think they're going to be pretty close to being on a hot list pretty soon. You can listen to those cues and you get really good about putting them kind of in their category so that you can make sure that you are treating them right and you're not going to drop the ball. Having them written down on that warm list makes sure that you're going to keep in touch with them and that they're getting the information that they need from you.
Perfect. And just, I just want to show something that Kirsten and her team built here. Going back to our screen here for a second, Jordan. So we have on our virtual office here, under the marketing section, you guys can go in and have a look, and we have the Calgary market review and the Red Deer market review. And if you're in Lethbridge or some other marketplace, you can just create your own just based off of what we have here. But I'll just show you what this looks like. And when you open it, it has it where it's the real estate review for November, has the national stats, Alberta stats, municipal stats, and all you have to do at the end of that is pull in a few comparable properties and you're ready to rock on the end. And now you have an entire report to bring these people that looks professional, and it's pre-done for you every single month, and we send that out. So Ninja says do 2 of these, and they did their most recent stats. 36% of these appointments resulted in a transaction. And that's not necessarily because that person themselves bought a house, but because you became referable, they trusted you as the expert.
Yep.
Another one just on that number 6, just really quickly, focus on your customer service calls weekly. Touch base with everybody that you're working with every single week. Even if you don't have good news for your sellers, touch base with them. You got to be, engaging with them and working from there. So.
Perfect. Number 8, schedule 50 live contacts this week. So live, it doesn't mean that you have to be in person, but it does mean that you either have to have a face-to-face or a voice-to-voice. So that's just making sure that you are in flow with 50 different people at any given time. Obviously, if you are not talking to people, you're not adding value to people, you are going to have a shrinking database quite quickly. So this is just ensuring that that doesn't happen and that you are always top of mind for at least 50 people in a week.
Yeah, and that is you want to have, they call them Ford interviews, where you're talking about friends, occupation, recreation, dreams, and dreams/future. What's your dreams? But when you talk to people, you're asking them questions, learning about them, and you're listening for change. Is this person someone that should be on my warm list?
Perfect.
Exactly.
And then number 9, review my database for property matches weekly and with my newsletter monthly.
Chloe, do you want to start talking about this one?
Not really.
Linz,
Yeah, sure.
take it away.
I can, but
Yeah, no, we sure. So what you want to do is take a look at all the property management matches that you have set up for the people that you have working on, and just ask yourself when you're tracking the marketplace: is there anyone in my database that this would be property would be a great fit for? And this is where it's like when we talk about focusing on the brown or the opportunities. There is opportunities out there. I know that if someone came to us right now and said, "Here is this property," not right now. We're not.
Somebody
moving
said,
for-
"Here's this lakefront property for $20." We'd be like, "We'll take it."
We'll take it, but it's amazing how
Thank you.
you can
need
plant
to set
seeds.
some expectations.
That's right. You can plant seeds with people by saying,
Bad
I saw this property that is a potentially a great fit for you. So think about that. The other thing is that when you do your newsletter or you're doing a mail out, now I know you guys do email newsletters, lots of you, but once a month, go through everybody in your database, and they talk about bringing them into your consciousness. But it's not that. You just ask yourself the question, does this person have a lifestyle change? Once a month. And you will be able to discover opportunities that you never saw before because you've done this process.
Awesome.
It's
That's
absolutely
great.
incredible. And I love what they say here at the bottom, and it says, how can I make someone's day? Like, how can I contact somebody and add value, and how can I make their day?
Yeah.
And if you think about that when you're about to contact somebody,
Yeah, that's really
it
nice.
becomes super easy.
We got to do that more.
Yeah.
That's
And
really nice.
and that way it takes totally the fear out of any types of phone
Yeah.
calls. If you just ask the question, how can I make someone's day? You know, whether it's the real estate review and adding value, an invite to the Christmas party, the kids' Christmas
Yeah,
party that we
sure.
have, or anything else. It could just be I was thinking about you guys, and I thought you'd get some value from this, and that's it. So.
I love that. I want to say one other idea for this one seasonally. So the Homeboys team, and I know so many of you do this. This is just, I saw it on Facebook, which is why I'm going to bring it up. But the Homeboys team is doing a winter clothing drive right now where they're collecting used clothing,
Yeah.
which is easy, right? Like this doesn't cost anybody any money. And the whole team is saying, if you have anything at your house, we'll do a pop by and we'll pick it up. So honestly, I can't think of a single person that probably doesn't have like one old piece of winter clothing that they would be thrilled to get out of their house. So so for any of you as well, like what can you do to just create a really easy phone call? And I think for them to be able to have that reason to pick up the phone and do something like that ends up in a face-to-face, you're also letting somebody else feel good about the fact that they're donating something that will help somebody else. Like there's so much synergy in putting together things like that are easy to do. So kudos to them, and an idea for you guys at any time of the year for an easy reason to pick up the phone.
And they're actually creating value and giving back.
Yeah,
Which
like
is
it's
amazing.
great, and it's
Yeah.
not costing anybody any money, which
Yeah.
is really nice because I know that oftentimes in certain economies, asking someone to spend money or for realtors to personally do it can be a little bit tough. But what a creative way to say this doesn't cost anybody $1, but we're still checking off all these boxes, which is cool.
I just want to loop around here and loop back and summarize. Ninja says that if you were to look at vital behaviors and key things that really, really matter, there's 2 of them on this list. Number 1, your two real estate reviews per week. There's some realtors that say, I'm going to do 4 per week, and that's totally fine. We have some information more about real estate reviews. If you guys want to know how to do real estate review, we got videos up on it as well. Just ask any one of us. We can point you towards the resource. So the 2 real estate reviews per week. And number 2 is 10 per day, 5 days a week. Have the 50 live face-to-face or voice-to-voice interviews where you're talking to people. This could be at an open house. This could be at an event that you're at. This could be any one of your interactions that you have with people. But you're just asking questions. You're being curious. You're offering something of value. We have tons of stuff at CIR between Happy Home Contest and everything else you could be doing. And it is so impactful, the results that people have from this. And we're talking, hundreds of thousands of dollars per year in income just from doing these activities consistently. And if your model is that you want to get internet leads, well, I'm going to tell you that you need to be following up these people, consistently. And that's that. So
That's great.
Ninja 9.
If anybody would like a copy of this,
We'll send it out.
yeah, we'll send it out. That's what we'll do, and then you'll have a copy of it. Thank you for tuning in this week. Please make sure you also tune in next Monday for our Agent Pursuit. Next Monday, we are going to be having a good discussion on raising a family and real estate, something that there's not a lot of tangibles to, but it's just some real dirty conversation about what it's like to be married and have kids and be a realtor.
What happens when you get
Down
women
and
and
dirty.
wine and Lindsey
Yeah, so Melissa,
in a room?
so Melissa Kost and Janine Ion are going to be our guests, and they're going to be talking about their journey as two very successful realtors, both who had 2 and 3 children quite young as they grew up, and the systems that they put into place in their family and in their business to make them able to do both. So we haven't really talked about anything like that before. If that is it's a bit of a specific topic. It might not be for everybody, but if you are in that situation, we wanted to touch on that because you never talk about the intangibles, and that's a good one. So that'll be next Monday morning.
I think it's inspiring for anybody that feels like they need to balance out their to-dos
Yeah.
and their business.
Absolutely.
And that's
Hugely.
regardless of what that is.
Yeah. So tune in next Monday. Otherwise, we will hopefully see the majority of you at our Christmas party on Friday.
Awesome.
Have a good week.